Students, see here, today we are going to discuss, we are going to learn about time. So, what is our chapter name? Tell time with Mr. Busy Bee. Okay, this is our chapter name. So, tell time with Mr. Busy Bee. So, this is our chapter name. So, in this chapter, what we are going to learn? What we are going to learn, students? See, in this chapter, we are going to learn about time. About time. So, how to find, how to know, how to, by saying how to find, how to say the time. So, what is time now? What is time now? So, by seeing the clock, how to say the time. So, that we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, students. Here, in this chapter, so what is our chapter name? So, tell time with Mr. Busy Bee. So, Mr. Busy Bee is there. So, we are going to discuss, we are going to learn with Mr. Busy Bee. So, we are going to learn about time, how to tell time. So, by seeing wall clock or watch, whatever. Okay. See here, students. So, what are these? Any guess in warm up time? Some figures are given. So, 4 figures are given. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pictures. 4 pictures are given. First, you should see so that 4 pictures. Okay. So, what is there? So, what is the first picture and what is the second picture and what is the third picture and what is the fourth picture? In first picture, it is complete, it is like a tree, like a tree. So, the second picture is like butterfly, like butterfly. Third picture is like a bee. Okay. The fourth picture is like apple, apple shape. Okay. Tree, butterfly, bee, apple shape. So, again you concentrate, so these 4 pictures, see these 4 pictures carefully. So, what you will find, so in these 4 pictures, so here clock is there inside clock is there. So, see one small hand, one bigger hand, one small hand, one big hand, one small hand, one big hand, one small hand, one big hand is there. So, in that, so it means these 4 pictures are clocks, wall clocks. So, the first wall clock is in the shape of tree. The second wall clock is in the shape of butterfly. Third picture is in the shape of bee. The fourth picture is in the shape of apple, These 4 pictures are clocks. So, what is our guess? Our guess is all these 4 pictures are clocks pictures. So, in that numbers are also given inside. So, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, once you see carefully, so you can find all the things, that small hand and big hand and numbers inside. So, all this we can find. So, if these 4, what is our guess? Our guess, these 4 different pictures are clocks. So, they are in different shapes. The first clock is in tree shape, the second clock is in butterfly shape, the third clock is in bee shape and the fourth clock is in apple shape. Okay. So, these 4 are the clocks. So, this is there in the warm up time. So, what is our guess? Our guess is all these 4 are clocks. Okay. Okay, students. Now, the students, next in learning time. So, what he has given, see here, here comes Mr. Busy Bee. So, comes Mr. Busy Bee. So, it is hard to stop him, it is very hard to stop him. Why? So, it is very hard to stop because Mr. B is nothing but it is a clock. So, in a clock the time is going on and going on and going on. So, it never stops. So, it never stops. So, that is why it is very hard to stop, he is saying. It is very hard to stop him as he is always on his toes. He is always on his toes. His hands move like a minute's hand. His hands move like a minute hand and his legs moves like a second hand. His legs moves like a second hand. Minute's hand and second's hands never stop in the clock. So, see in your home clock is there, in the clock minute hand it never stops. It rotates and rotates and rotates and rotates continuously, it is rotating, and second hand also it is rotating continuously, it is rotating. So, that is why, so Mr. B hands moves like a minute hand, and his legs moves like a seconds hand, like seconds hands. Minutes hands and seconds hands, they never stops, they continuously moving. Okay, then he does not like to take rest, he don't want to take rest. Who? Mr. B. He don't want to, Mr. Busy Bee, he don't want to take rest. He want to run and run. So like to take rest. Move on, moving on and on and on. Okay, continuously. So the Mr. B, so he is continuously moving on and on and on. Okay. Then here he comes to tell about time. So here what Mr. B he is doing? So he wants to tell us about time. So let's listen to him. Means after that we are going to learn what he want to say, what he want to tell us about the time. So in the next topics we are going to listen what the Mr. Busy Bee he want to tell us. Okay. So this is complete, this is a description about our clock, Mr. Busy Bee, he is a busy person, so he never wants to stop. His hands moves like a minute hand in a clock, and his legs moves like a seconds hands in a clock. In a clock, minutes hand and seconds hands never stops, it continuously moving and moving. So Mr. Busy Bee also he don't want to stop, he wants to moves on and on and on. Okay. Then here, so here he wants to tell us about the time. Mr. Busy Bee he wants to tell us more about time. So then let's listen to him. So next topics, so we are going to listen. So what the Mr. Busy Bee he wants to tell us about time. Okay. Here, so this is a clock. Here we have here to here 0 to 5. So 5 minutes, here to here 5, and here to here we have 10 minutes. Here again 2 to 3 15 minutes, 3 to 4 20 minutes, 4 to 5 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 25, 5 to 6 30 minutes, 6 to 7 35 minutes, and 7 to 8 40 minutes. So 8 to 9 45 minutes, 9 to 10 50 minutes, 10 to 11 55 minutes, 11 to again at 12 60 minutes. Total how many minutes we have? Total 60 minutes. On consecutive, every consecutive number we have 5 minutes. How many minutes we have? 5 minutes on every consecutive number. So how many minutes are there between? 5 minutes are there. Okay, students. So next, time chant. How many seconds in a minute? 60. So what he has given? How many seconds in a minute? 60. So 60 seconds in a minute. So how many seconds in a minute? 60 seconds in a minute. Then anyway you spin it, either 60 seconds whatever you spin it, you should move on. So how many seconds in a minute? 60. Anyway you spin it. Next, how many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in an hour. In 1 hour 60 minutes. How many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes. First, how many seconds in a minute? 60. So anyway you spin it. Means you should rotate. So how many minutes in an hour? So 60 minutes. Then now you don't be sore. Next, how many hours in a day? 24. 24 hours in a day for work and play. So whatever you want, so work and play. So total 24 hours a day. So then how many days in a week? 7. So how many days in a week? 7. 7 days in a week. How many days in a week? 7. Will help you to reach your peak. So How many weeks in a year? So in a year how many weeks are there? 52. 52. So and all is clear. All is clear. So all is clear. How all is clear? See here. How many seconds in a minute? 60 seconds in a minute. Then how many minutes in an hour? In an hour 60 minutes. Then how many hours in a day? 24 hours in a day. Then how many days in a week? 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. How many weeks in a year? So in a week 52. So then all is clear. All is clear. So see here again. So how many seconds in a minute? 60. Anyway you spin it. How many minutes in an hour? So 60 minutes. Now you don't be sore. How many hours in a day? 24 hours for work and play. How many days in a week? 7 will help you to reach your peak. So how many weeks in a year? 52. And all is clear. All is clear. Okay. So once you read, so this time chart. How many seconds in a minute? 60. Anyway you spin it. How many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes. Now you don't be sore. How many hours in a day? 24 hours for work and play. How many days in a week? 7 will help you to reach your peak. How many weeks in a year? 52 weeks in a year. So and all is clear. All is clear. Okay. Friends, see here next concept. This is a clock. This is a clock. This complete it is a clock. So here the parts of the clocks with the numbers. The parts of the clocks with the number. So see this number in this clock. So the parts of the clocks with the numbers. The circle, whatever this circular portion or square shape. So that is the face. That is called face of the clock. This is face of the clock. So in the clock also has hands. So it moves. So that moves to show what time is. So here in clock we have hands. So what is the function of these hands? These hands moves and these hands show us time. So what is time? So what is present time? Okay. So the clock has hands that moves to show what time it is. Okay. Then after that long hand. Here this is a long hand. Long hand, that is in blue color long hand. It is a minute hand. Long hand is a minute hand. So the second one short hand. So which is in red color. So means here pink color. So that is a short hand. So that is a hour hand. Hour hand. So this shows hours. This shows minutes. The long hand always shows minutes and the short hand shows so hours. Okay. So this is complete. This is called circular shape of this one is called face of the clock. Face of the clock. Okay. So this long hand is a minute hand and this short hand is a this short hand is hours hand. Then how can we remember this? So there is another way to remember. How? So there is another way to remember this minute hand and hours hand. So which is a minute hand and which is a hours hand. So here minute, M-I-N-U-T-E. Here minutes we have 6 alphabets. How many alphabets we have? 6 alphabets. In minutes we have 6 alphabet and in hours we have 4 alphabets. H-O-U-R, R. Minutes we have 6 alphabets and in hours 4 alphabets. 6 alphabets are more. It means minute hand is a bigger hand, longer hand. So according to the spelling, so minute spelling is, so in minute spelling we have 6 letters and in hours we have 4 letters. 6 letters means minute spelling is more. It means minute hand is longer hand. Hours hand is smaller hand. Hours hand is a smaller hand. In this way also we can remember which hand is smaller in a clock and which hand is what it is called. smaller hand is a hour's hand and bigger hand in a clock. So, that is minute hand. So, that complete circular shape or square shape that complete, that is called face of the clock, face of the clock. See here. So, this is a clock, this is a clock, this is complete, this is called face of this clock, face of this clock. Here we have hands, this is bigger hand, this is bigger hand, this bigger hand is a minute hand, this bigger hand is a minute hand, this smaller hand is a hour's hand, this smaller hand is a hour's hand. So, this bigger hand is a minute hand, this smaller hand is a hour's hand, and one more hand is continuously, it is rotating, continuously rotating without stopping. So, this hand is a seconds hand, this hand is a seconds hand. So, this complete, this face is called, this is face of the clock, face of the clock. Okay, students. Children, see here. So, we say hour's hand first. So, how to say the time? How to say the time? So, first we say hour's hand first, then the minute's hand. First we see where the hour's hand. So, and after that we see where the minute hand. Okay. See, we can remember this is by thinking. This is by thinking. How to remember? So, first hour's hand, then second minute hand. First we should see hour's hand first and minute hand. So, then what is there? The little guy goes first. The little guy means the little hand. The little hand is a hour's hand. So, the hour's hand is the shorter one. The little one is shorter one, that is hour's hand. The little guy, so we say that he is pointing to first. The little guy where it pointing, so that first we should see that one first. So, then we should see minute hand where it is, minute hand where it is, and after that we say what is the time, what is the time. Okay. See here, in this clock, this is a clock, in this clock first we see, so where is the little guy? So, little guy is this one. So, this is the little guy is at 12 and the longest one means shorter hand is at 12 and longer hand is also at 12. Both are pointing at 12. So, longer hand is also pointing at 12 and shorter hand is also pointing at 12. So, the time is 12 o'clock. So, in words how to write 12 o'clock. So, in numerals 12, 2 dots 0 0 means 12 o'clock. So, in words we should write like this 12 O apostrophe S clock, and in numerals, so we take like this. Okay, if both the hands, short hand and long hand of a clock pointing at 12, then the time is 12 o'clock. Okay. Next, see here. So, this is a clock. This is a clock. So, when the minute hand on a clock face is on 12 and the hour's hand is 7. See here. So, this is small hand, the small hand pointing at 7, and the minute hand, this is minute hand, big hand pointing at 12, If small hand pointing at 7 means hour's hand pointing at 7 and minute hand pointing at 12, then the time is 7 o'clock. So, here I wake up at 7 o'clock. So, maximum, so the students means small children, so they wake up at 7 o'clock, So, then in digital watch, how the digital watch shows our time? So, 7:00. So, this is nothing but 7 o'clock. Alarm looks like this in a digital watch. So, what is 7 o'clock? How it is look like 0700. It means 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. So, small children, so they wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Next, in the next here, see in the clock, the short hand shows pointing at 12 and long hand minutes hand pointing at 12. It means the time is 12 o'clock. If minute hand and hour's hand they are pointing at 12, then the time is 12 o'clock. So then what the student is saying, I eat lunch at 12 o'clock. Small kids, they took their lunch at 12 o'clock in the noon. Okay. So I eat lunch at 12 o'clock. So this is the way. So to tell the time, so when the two hands shows means pointing at 12, then the time is 12 o'clock. Then at 12 o'clock what he is doing? He eat lunch at 12 o'clock. In a digital watch, how it represents, how it shows, it looks like this: 12:00. 12:00 means 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Okay.